Listen folks, I need to get y'all to understand that this whole Adam and Eve story is not a real literal occurrence in any human history. Historically, these stories couldn't even be correct because they derived around 700 BC, well after humanity had came up with a writing system, something like 3,000 or 4,000 years. So oral tradition itself, we would have lost how humans actually derived on the earth. And one more point I want to address, that if Adam and Eve does not exist literally, that means that the whole doctrine of Jesus dying for the original sins of Adam and Eve has to fall with it, just like dominoes. So anyone knowledgeable in science knows that humanity could not come from a group of two people exclusively, because there would have been too many genetic disorders and we would have had to continue being incestuous in order to populate the world. And there's too many genetic disorders that come from practicing incest. And one of the hemoglobin diseases that will occur from continual incest is methemoglobinemia. This rare genetic order causes the tint of the skin to become extremely blue. There was a whole family from Kentucky called the Fulgate family who had this genetic disorder. Listen, I don't even play those pseudo scholar games, so I'm gonna take you right to Snopes and let you see that a family in Kentucky, they had a blue tint to their skin, and this is true. And as I explained, these writings came around 700 BC. And even in their writings, they expressed and understood that the practice of incest was not a good thing. If we read the story of Cain and Abel, Cain left the presence of his family and went and found a wife in another land called Nod. And he gave birth and had a son named Enoch from a wife in another land. And I know a lot of you religious people like to deflect that and try to say that he married his sister. Cain did not marry his sister because Adam had no more children until after Seth was born, and that's when he went on to have other sons and daughters. But you know what, I wouldn't be surprised though if the pseudo scholars got this video knowing that Egypt, especially the Ptolemaic era, practiced incest, that they'll use this information for their own benefit. Literally say Amun was a real person because he was depicted as blue, because Egyptians practiced some type of incestuous marriage. Just like there are real busts of Cleopatra and her brother Theo's philanthropy, but people would still somehow try to give them Negro ancestry. See, that's that type of shit that be getting Kanye and them in trouble. It is what it is, man. Know these roots, man.